Good morning. Hey Rosa, how you doing today? It's great to see you here. Thanks so much for being here. Wendy, great to have you here as well. A lot of people will know Wendy from the, let me just straighten this camera up just a little bit. It looks like it's a little off. There you go. And so a lot of people know Wendy. She's in charge of our customer service. So great to have you here. Laura, I saw that your board arrived. At least that's from what I understand. So good morning. Looking forward to you being part of this as well. So congratulations and welcome. Carol, good afternoon. Or good morning from here. But again, it could be good evening if you're over in Europe. So just want to say hi to you. Thanks for being here as well. Pat, hi Pat. Always consistent, strong. Great to see you here as well. Linda, nice to see you guys. Always great. It's been quite a week. Kirk, the strong guy, he's back here with us as well. So great to see you here, Kirk, as well. Let me just move this forward a little bit. It's distracting me. Okay. What a week it's been. This group is pretty crazy. When I look at some of the messages that have been sent and seeing you guys help each other, it's been absolutely phenomenal to see. It's such a special group. We've grown it really fast with some incredible people in here and new members signing up as well. So thank you to you all for being so good to each other and supporting each other and giving information and things that have worked for you or places you've had problems. And it really is great. And I think we can grow this group with incredible people, as you know, to sign up for it. You have to obviously board a board. We always try and keep it positive, and where it's supportive. And I think we're going to be spreading this around the world at some point as well. And you guys will be the leaders for that because you're setting the tone and the example for the group. So thank you so much for being part of that and the kind words that have been said as well. It really touches my heart. So thank you so much for that. I want to jump on a little bit today. We've had some specifics where people have reached out and said, and as you know, most of you know, I read the comments and try and respond when I can. And so we're going to go over some specific things today. If you're here, please say hi. We're going to be working on a couple of issues. One, Kathy Mertens, you had written one issue that you're having getting in and out of the bathtub. So we're going to work on that flexibility, strength, mobility, and those type of things, which will be one of the angles we're going to work on today. We're also going to work with Terry. She's had a problem getting up off of the floor, even if there's something to go. So a lot of you will have had these already, classes. We're going to go back and I'll put some changes to it as well so it works for everybody. Good morning, Diana. Thanks for being here. And hi to everybody that's on YouTube as well. It's going to be great. Now, don't forget, tomorrow we had Kathy Stevens doing her first class at 9 a.m. I'm going to come and do the class as well. Just to put some more pressure on Kathy. No, to come and support her. And I'm sure she'll do a fantastic job. She's a true pro, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So I want to get going with the workout today because I want to make sure that we get everything in. It's a very good, basic, but such a critical element of balance workout today. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to, and you know that I talk about a message each day. And I was watching a show the other day, and there was a line in there that really touched me. It's something that I talk about with my pro athletes or college athletes or future pro athletes. And it was a line that was said, and the way they said it really impacted the show. And what they said, good is the enemy of great. And out of the whole show, that line stood with me. Good is the enemy of great. And I love it because it's very easy to be good. All you have to do is just be yourself and be comfortable. And we all know we're born to be great, but we sometimes allow ourselves to just sit back and do the minimum of our potential because we're comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with that. But great is a small group, and it's those people that get out of their comfort zone and start challenging themselves and finding out that they too are leaders of themselves and then become leaders of others. Now, I love great. You got the choice, good or great. Which one do you want to be? And the only difference between the two is the level of commitment to excellence. Now, we know, and I know this, every single one of you is great and has greatness in you. Sometimes we stop focusing on it because of the pressures that come in from external sources, but inside is greatness wanting to come out. And that started by a recognition of what you can be, that maybe you're not pushing to the highest level that you know you could do, but you want to be comfortable. Well, I'm going to challenge you today to get out of being comfortable and get into being great. Because good is the enemy of great. Because when we're good, we settle. But when you want great, it takes you to a whole nother level. That comes from balance. That comes from the way we communicate with each other. That comes from the way that we have goals and dreams and work towards them. And again, every single one of you was born to be great. And so I'm going to challenge you, be your greatest. Because people say, well, how do you become the greatest? The way you become the greatest is not from just wanting to be great. It's looking at yourself and saying, what more can I do? What more can I give? What more can I contribute? What more do I have? And that's what I work with my professional athletes with as well. So with that being said, we're going to get on with the workout today. We're going to be working on foot activation, getting in and out of bathtub, left foot raising off of the floor. I went back and looked at messages. Someone said they're having a hard time going up on their left toe. If it's you, please let me know. Because I went back and I searched through 500 messages and I couldn't find the conversation we had. But I used to have a problem as well getting off with my left foot going up and down because I had broken my toes and was 8 months in a boot. So with that being said, let's get on with the workout. Here we go. Okay. We're going to go a little simple today to start with, but don't underestimate the power of being simple. We talk about this all the time. Simplicity is the leader to excellence. Okay, so we had a problem, like I said before, with getting the pushing up on your left toe. So we're going to start with that today. What I'm going to do is just start by rocking the board and feel the board and both arms control the lean. Now I'm bending my right knee, bending my left knee, bending my right knee, bending my left knee, bending my right knee. And all I'm doing here now is you do this, I want you to feel, put the pressure on the left toe, right toe, put the left pressure on the left toe. Now lean a little bit so your heel is still on the ground, but I'm beginning to push onto my toes. Now the reason we're doing this one is we want to strengthen up the toes. And by strengthening the toes, you don't always have to turn around and go up on them. You can actually push into the ground. So push into the ground with your toes. Push into the ground with your toes. There you go. And what we're beginning to do, and this is great for neuropathy as well, we're beginning to get the activation of pressure points going into the toe area and the ball of it. My heel's still on the ground, but I'm beginning to lean onto those toes. Good. Now I want you to come and stand still. Now what I want you to do is just lift up the left heel, and you'll see I'm doing this with my foot. Now lift up the right heel. And all we're doing is just doing this motion. It's great for flexibility. And from flexibility, you'll begin to develop strength. Good. Now with that one, what I want you to do is now lift up the left heel and push on the toe and come back. Lift up the heel, push, and come back. So my heel comes up, I then push on the ground and come back. I lift my heel up, I push on the ground and come back. Keep your feet facing forward. So up, push, down, heel, up, push, down, heel, up, push, down, heel, up, push, down. Good, and rest it there. Now what I want you to do is push up with your left toe. Your left heel is going to come up. Now what I want to do is push up on both toes. So we're going to go up slightly and down. Now take up the right heel, push on both toes and down. Lift up the left heel, push on both and down. Right heel comes up, push up and down. Good, that's the beginning. This is the last part we're going to do today for strengthening up the feet. And if you have a problem getting up on your toes, repeat these exercises during the day. Good, what I want you to do now is lift up your left heel. Now lean on your left. Now go up, but push on both feet. So both feet are helping the body go up, but your body weight is on one side more. So my right heel's up, I lean forward, which we did earlier. Now push up on both toes and come back down. Good, go to the other side. Up on the left heel, push up on both, come down. Right heel comes up, push up on both, come down. And again, just rock it through now. So we're here. I go to the other side, my heel comes up, my weight goes over my left foot, but I push with both feet. Weight over right foot, push with both feet. So we got a little rock in here, and we're beginning to build the strength. Now, if I have a one foot, like my left foot that's a little weak, As I go to push, I'll keep a little more weight on my right to help me push, but I'm supporting the gentle progression of my left foot. I hope that makes sense to you. Good. Shake those legs out. That's a quick warm up to go. Okay, next one. We have people that are reaching out now saying they're having a hard time learning to balance, you know, to be able to do the tapping. They're falling off the tap. So just start by rocking the board again. Good, and this is good for everybody to do. Now hold the board in the middle, and I want you to push down with your hands lightly so you feel solid on here. Now all I want you to do is push your weight slightly to your left and lift your right foot off a little bit. Down, rock to the right. And all I'm doing is I'm just lifting my foot, if I turn this way, about this far off of the ground. So I push, and again, feel the strength pushing down on the poles with both hands so your body is supported. And all I'm doing is just slowly just lifting a foot very slightly off of the ground and just find that balance. Okay, hold it for 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, and down. Now, as you get better at this, release the grip a little bit on the poles as you feel. For some of you guys out there and ladies in here that have been with me for a long time, you'll be able to do this comfortably. And if you feel really good, take your hands off and just feel that balance going foot to foot. Last one. Good. Now what I want you to do is step to the side, in here, lean, and come back and find that balance. Put your foot down. Step your left foot to the side, feel that lean, and then push back and find your balance. And bring your foot down. So we go step to the side, lean, come back to the balance, and use the board if you need to. Foot down, so I'm in here. That's gonna help me by pushing down on the handles. It will help me feel more stable. So push, stable, down, push, stable, down. Now, for those of you more advanced, try this one. Put your thumbs on top. Everybody else stay the same. Thumbs on top, find that stability, and down. Go to the side, and again, notice how the board does not rock. I'm in control of my body. Side, balance, down, side, balance, down. Now, if you really want to challenge yourself, take your hands off. The poles are there if you need them to be able to grab hold of. And again, just stay at the level that you're at to be able to find that balance. I may go back to holding and push. Again, push down with your hands on the poles, and that will push the board to be more stable for you. Good. So that's how we're going to work on those that are having a hard time. But now we're going to go to the tap. The tap is exactly the same as we were just doing. So just tap, except instead of holding your foot, we're now tapping on top of the board. And the great thing about this is the balance stays exactly the same on the leg, and you'll feel those pressure points really working. As I begin to feel my balance changing because my leg is moving, the pressure points on the leg that's staying on the ground are constantly changing as your brain feels what needs to happen. There you go, very good. For some of you, if you want to go a little bit faster, you can, but remember, you go at your own speed. You go at your own, I was going to say spade for a second. Go at your own speed, and if you want more of a challenge, lift the foot more up and down. We're going to go on to that exercise in a minute, but this is a great exercise, again, for getting, over a wall, a small wall, getting up and down onto a sidewalk or a curb, getting in and out of the bathtub. This is a little flexibility movement in here as well. How high can you lift that knee and stay balanced on the leg as well? Good, and rest it down. Shake those legs out. What I want you to do is just very slightly, stay facing forward, just kick your butt. We want to loosen those thighs up. Make sure they're nice and loose for suppleness. There you go, good. Now we're going to do another exercise we haven't done today. I want you to keep your legs straight and lift your heel back. So we're just going to do this. It's almost the skating movement, except instead of pushing to the side, we're going to push straight back. So keep your leg almost straight, small movement, and all we're doing is we're stretching out the hip flexors here, which are also important for balance and stability. certainly for movement and lifting the leg. There you go, good. And shake those legs out again. Very good. So the next thing I want you to do now is we're going to do the tapping to 2 and 2. But the way we're going to do this is slightly different. We're going to start just by tapping the 2 like you normally do. And you'll see how we're going to build this again. Kathy, this will be great for you getting out of the bathtub, because you'll see how we're going to do it. Because normally with a bathtub, you can't just, lift your leg and just, step out. You have to lift and then move it. So last one, come back. Now what we're going to do, we're going to lift the leg up, then tap 2, lift it to the middle and down. Let's go on the right leg. Lift it straight up, take it to the side, tap 2, lift it straight up and down. Left foot, lift it up, tap 2, lift it up and down. I almost forgot what I was doing for a second. So we go as if we're up, we step over the bathtub, we tap, we come down. We lift up, we go over the bathtub, we lift and come down. Now, I'm talking about the bathtub here, but this can be anything. This can be going up a step. We're learning how to comfortably step and navigate, and we're building the strength right now of the core, the hip flexor, the movement of the leg. Oops, I messed up on that one. Put it back on the board instead of the ground. Good. And tap, last one, and down. Great exercise just for everyday movement in life. Okay, next thing I want to do. Step up on number 2, push your weight, and push back. Left foot, push on number 2, and push back. 2, push back. Last one, 2. This is just building the strength of the board. Good. Now we're going to step up here. Lift the left knee as high as you can. Try and touch your left foot against your right knee, then step back. And you're going to see we're going to add to this one as well. Try and touch that toe against the knee. Okay, so watch how we're going to change this. Very simple. Up. Good. Now what I want us to do is speed up the feet when we get to the ground. So I'm going to step, lift. Now 2 quick feet. 1, 2. Step, lift, go. 1, 2. Step, lift. 1, 2. Step, lift. Now the reason we're doing the quick feet is I want you to think we're getting out the bathtub, quick steps, and I'm back in. Now we're going to go 3. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, step. Up. 1, 2, step. Up. And just by having that hold at the top, we're developing the strength in the leg to get over the top, but just as importantly, the leg that you're standing on is getting stronger and feeling that balance point. Last one, 1, 2, up, and come back down. Very good. Okay, this is not easy. I can feel that I'm sweating a little bit. Let's get a drink of water before we move on. This is the source of life. Who joined us? Hey, Vicky. Thanks, Vicky. Good to see you here as well. Okay, next one we're going to do. Let's step up just on 2 and 2 and just rock, just side to side. There you go. Now what I want you to do here is lift the foot to touch the opposite knee. It'd be a little bit hard to lift the foot to touch the same knee. In fact, that's impossible. Anyway, so we're going to push to the right, lift up, and I want you to touch your heel to the knee if you can. We want to go to the heel. That means pull your toe up. This is great exercise for strengthening up the drop foot or the front of the shin, the front of the foot, the toes, getting the activation. Now, if you're having a hard time bringing the toes up, that's okay. If your foot drops a little bit, it's okay. Just work that as you lift your foot, pull your toes up. See if you can just engage those toes. Even if the foot drops, but your toes are pulling up, we're beginning to increase that movement, that strength. Okay, good. Now, come and find your balance. There you go, good. I'm still trying to find my balance. Nice and relaxed. There you go, good. And lift your right foot. Oh, sorry, lift your right foot Bring it back down, find your balance. We're just working on that balance. We've done a lot of movement. Lift your left foot, come back and find your balance on 2 and 2. I'm not doing so well today. Good, lift your right leg, bring it back on 2, find that balance. I just got to focus in, let my brain take over the feeling. Good, lift your left foot, bring it back to 2, get those eyes up and feel. Once I tell my brain to engage in my body, I do much better. I shouldn't say tell, I allow my brain to get in there, and I keep my focus on what I'm feeling, not what I'm looking at. Good, now just rock side to side. Okay, last exercise we're doing today, which again is getting in and out of a bathtub. Or stepping over a sty if we're out in the fields, or stepping onto a sidewalk. We want to make sure we're balanced, stepping sideways with a high knee lift. So this is for everyone. Step in and get this one going. Take your right foot, put it right in the middle. Now what I want you to do is find your balance. Take your left foot off, find that balance. Now you're going to lift your leg up. You're then going to bring it to number 3. Push on the side. Lift your right leg and step onto the number 2. Now lift your right leg up. Put it on the center. Push. Lift the other leg up. Find that balance. There you go. Now lift the knee even higher. Step on number 3. Lift the right leg high. Step on number 2, and let's step back. Right foot off of the board. Now we're going to step with the left foot. We're going twice on the left. So I put my left foot in the middle. I come and find my balance. I lift that the right foot, to my knee if I can. Now lift it a little higher. Step on the number 3. Lift the left leg high. Put it on the number 2 so they're next to each other. Now lift the left leg. Put it in the middle. Bring it back. Lift the right knee up. Good, there you go. Now lift the right knee again, put it on the side, lift the left leg, bring it to the side, and left leg steps back off. Let's go again, right foot right in the middle. I lift my left knee, I find that balance. I lift the knee a little higher, and then I move it to the 3. I push on the 3, I lift the right leg up, I put it down. I step up and over. I find my balance. I now lift my left knee up, and it's here. Now I lift it up again high. I place it on the number 3. I lift my right leg up. I bring it down. I step back off. Last one on the left side. Put that left foot right in the middle on that red mark. Come up, find your balance. Lift the right leg high. Now lift it up. Place it on number 3. Push. Left leg comes up. Goes into the number 2. Now lift it up again. Bring it to the center. Lift the right knee up. Find that balance. Lift the right knee up. Push it on the number 2. Lift the left leg up. 3 and 2. And step back off of the board. There you go. Perfect. So that's a great exercise to learn to balance and step to the side. Now if I break it down even more very quickly and get water if you need, when you step out of a bathtub, you step to the side, then the other leg has to come over the bathtub edge as well. That's why we're doing both legs, learning to balance up into here. And then I lift up, I step out, I lift up, I step, and now I'm on the ground safely. So that's the end of the workout today for how to get out of a bathtub. Now we're going to move on. I want to work on quick side shuffle today. This is really important if we've got to get into small spaces. I'm trying to think, it was Shirlene that was saying that she had a hard time getting into small spaces. We talk about church pews, little areas that you got to go through, getting between your coffee table and your sofa. So what we're going to do is take your right foot, step it on number 3. Now what I want you to do is bring the foot back and quick little shuffles going all the way across. So go 3, my foot comes up, back, quick little shuffles going all the way across. Step, up, quick little shuffles going all the way across. And again, as the board supports you, let it go across so that you can actually feel it touch the ground. Now, the quicker the steps you can go, the better, and I'll tell you why. I'll explain why, I should say. Small little steps help you find your balance perfectly more than one big step. And let's try that. Go from here. Now, as you come back, take a big step across and go, and you'll notice anywhere from here to here, could be a moment you need to push back. Try it on this side. So you're here. So now take one big step across, and as you do, you'll be comfortable and confident, but it doesn't give you that small ability to change your balance. So let's go back to the small. Here, down, quick little steps going across, step up, quick little steps going across. And as I'm doing this, my heels are barely touching the ground as I'm going, but they are just a little bit. All my strength is in the ball of my foot. Quick little steps going across, step, lift, quick little steps going across, last time going back. Lift, quick little steps going back, step, good, and come back to the middle. Shake those legs out. I'm sweating. I don't know where you guys are weather-wise, but we were up to 109 degrees at my house the other day. Grab yourself some water. I know, Kirk, you'll be saying 109, that's nothing. I think Kirk last week in Arizona was at like 273. I think that's right, Kirk, right? Off the charts. But I know I had friends that took cookies, put them on a metal tray, put them inside their car and cooked the cookie dough, and then sat there and ate them. It was 127 inside the car in the direct sunlight. All right, enough of that. Let's go back onto 2 and 2. There you go. So the next exercise we're going to do is to build knee strength. I know there's a number of you that have had knee surgery or going to have knee surgery, knee replacement surgery, and we talked about strengthening up the muscles around the knee, which will give you strength going in, make sure the area has blood going to it for faster recovery, and then when you come out, have the strength of the muscle to support the knee as well. Very simple. What I want you to do, in fact, let's go ahead and find your balance. There you go, good. Now, what I want you to do is stick your butt back in a very small knee bend, very small, this much, then straighten. I want you to squeeze your knees. What you're actually doing is squeezing the muscles around the knee. Good. Come back and go into a little knee bend and come back up and squeeze your thigh muscles, your butt muscles, squeeze your ab muscles. But I want you to think of squeezing those knees back. Good, and a small little bend. And there you go. And tight, tight, tight. Squeeze those thigh muscles. And you should feel, if you push your knees back, how you're strengthening the muscles around the knee. One more time. Come back, squeeze those muscles. Good, keep that balance, and you'll notice how one side will squeeze more than the other as you adjust. Good, now what I want you to do is push down on the number 2. So, right foot number 2. Now, bend the right leg, come back up and squeeze just the right leg. The left leg is balanced. You'll feel the muscle around the thigh here. If you squeeze it tight, you'll feel the knee. Relax, bend the knee a little bit, and squeeze again. Squeeze that thigh muscle. Push the knee backwards slightly so your leg's really straight. And one more time. Bend the knee slightly and squeeze the thigh muscle. The knee is pushed backwards slightly. Good. Push to the left-hand side. Bend the left knee slightly. Now, all your weight, or most of your weight's on your left-hand side. Push that leg straight and squeeze the muscle. Your butt muscle is tight. Your ab muscle should be kind of tight, engaged. But the left leg, and bend the left leg. Now, squeeze that left thigh muscle and squeeze all the way down to the knee. You'll feel the muscle close to the knee, and bend one more time and squeeze again. There you go, good. Push to the right. We're gonna go 3 times again. Bend and squeeze the muscle by straightening the leg. And again, bend the knee and squeeze the muscle, straighten the leg. And last one, bend the knee, squeeze the muscle by straightening the leg. Knees push back, tighten your butt muscle. Tighten that thigh muscle here around the knee. Good. And push the other side. Bend the left leg. Now straighten, squeeze that thigh muscle on the left and feel the squeeze all the way to the knee as you straighten the knee. And bend the knee. Now straighten the knee and squeeze the muscle. There you go. Good. And one more time. Bend the knee and squeeze the knee by squeeze the muscle, sorry, by straightening the knee. There you go. Good. Tight and good. And just rock side to side. Now, as we're doing this, what I want you to do, push to the right, bend your left leg, push to the left, bend the right leg. So now what we're doing, we've had that muscle tightening. Now we're working on just releasing the muscle, removing some of that lactic acid buildup that may be going on in there, which is positive because it means that the muscle's working and strengthening, but at the same time, we want to release it, flush it out so the blood can get there and help strengthen the muscle. There you go, good. Okay, one more time now. We're gonna go and find our balance in the middle. And I wanna see if you can feel this even more this time. Small knee bend, keep that balance and come and straighten both legs and squeeze both legs as tight as you can. Good, and bend the knees. 2 to go. Straighten, squeeze those muscles. There you go. And 1 more to go. Bend the knees, straighten. Now, as you notice with your legs straight, as you try and keep your balance, you'll notice how the muscles from one leg change to the other, and you'll feel the muscle strength on the outside of the knee or the inside of the knee, depending on what's happening with the board. And bend both knees. There you go, good. And step back off of the board. Let's shake those legs out. I'm gonna grab another drink of water. Please join me. Cheers. Okay, what I want you to do now is just roll your fingers along the handles. I'm going my little finger, 4th finger, middle finger, 2nd finger, or 4th finger if you want. Little finger, 4th finger, middle finger, 4th finger. So we're just rolling here. There you go, good. Now we're going to just keep that going. We're working on brain activation in here. Now what I want you to do is, if your feet are on the ground, bend your knees and come and straighten, and then go up on your toes and down. Good. Now if you need to grab, you can stop your fingers and hold on to the poles, but we're just looking, butt goes out, we go a little deeper, and then come and stand up and go up on your toes. We're on the floor right now, not on the board. Again, come down, keep those fingers moving, and go up on your toes. Last one coming up, butt goes out. You sit down, go as deep as you can, keep your chest up. There you go. If you need to hold on to come back up, you can, because we're going on to the floor exercises in a little while. So that's just an exercise. Good, shake your legs out and come and step up on 1 and 1. I love the exercises where we're moving the fingers because we're multitasking the brain. Right, let me explain what's happening. The brain is getting the fingers to work. The brain is also listening to what I'm saying, taking information in, and go ahead and find your balance. And now we're multitasking the brain by thinking, where's my balance? And my fingers are working, and I'm listening to instruction. And so your brain has got all these things going on. It's strengthening, it's building. Your brain is incredible. Now, hold your hands still. Now focus just on your balance. Don't look, just feel those pressure points. And notice how the brain begins to take over the whole feeling, because we've removed one of the concepts of having to move the fingers and given it the freedom just to connect the proprioceptive connection just to your pressure points in your legs and what's happening, in your feet, and what's happening with your legs and your other muscles. Now imagine if you start adding this back in again and let it work, we're doing more than we need to just to be able to balance, just to be able to get out and walk. Okay, and hold the fingers still. Now what I want you to do, bring your feet so they're almost touching each other, so you're just inside the 1 and 1. Now what I want you to do is just bend your knees and let the board rock. So my hip goes out, my knees go out to the right. Imagine you're a skier, you're going down the moguls, over in the Alps, just pushing side to side. What we're doing here, we're strengthening stabilization muscles in here. I've got to become stable to push. I've got to stay stable to push. Now as you're doing this, I want you to roll your fingers. So what we're now doing, and again, hold on, if you need to hold on for balance, that's fine. But if you start moving your fingers across here, what we're doing is we're multitasking, not from balance, we're multitasking from actual movement now. So we're integrating the movement factor into the strengthening factor. And even when you push to the side, you've got to be balanced. And then I'm going to be balanced. Because again, you're coming to that stop before you change. Good. Hold on to the poles. Now what I want you to do is lift your thumbs up and down. And just move one knee at a time now. So I'm going to bend my left leg, bend my right leg. Bend my left leg, bend my right leg. And you'll feel the hip working, but my thumbs are going up and down. Now, a little challenge for you as you're doing this. One thumb at a time. One thumb at a time. One, 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 one. One thumb up and down. Man, I just threw this challenge. I've never done this one before. And so it's interesting, my brain figuring out the movement and just one, 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 one. And now I've got it, but I didn't have it at the beginning. And that shows the power of the brain being able to figure things out and get movement specific. Good, I hope that feels good for you. Take your right hand off, shake your right hand, because I can feel my muscles in my wrist and in my fingers and thumb working more than normal. Take your left hand off, just roll them out. Okay, we're going into the main body of the workout now. Are you ready? So we're gonna go skiing. We're going to go 20 seconds of this motion. Go at whatever speed you want to go at. There you go. Just pushing. 10 seconds to go. There you go. And we're going to go into walking. Here we go. Just on one and one. Lift your knees. And just feel the foot pressure. Feel the balance. Feel the comfortability. Lift those knees as high as you want to. I'm preparing to go upstairs, or I just keep them nice and low and I'm going on a nice little stroll down the street. There you go, good. Nice and simple. You know what the worst thing about this exercise is? When you got an itchy nose. Now the exercise got better again. This is real life. There you go, good. We're walking for 1 minute on here. We're almost there. Again, lift those feet as high as you want. If you want to exercise the toes a little bit more, just push the ankles down, feel the pressure in your toes. So as I push off and lift my feet up, I'm gonna let my toes leave the board last. Just as okay, here we go, now we're gonna run. So now what we're doing is just quick little movements side to side. Hold on to those poles and just feel those feet moving faster. Listen to my board. So you can hear the speed. Now listen faster. So you can tell your speed of movement by the board just touching the ground and making that impact sound. There you go, good. You're doing fantastic. We've got less than 30 seconds to go on this part of the exercise. You're doing great. It's actually such a good feeling. It's nice and soft, it's gentle. There you go, good. We're coming down to the last 10 seconds. Maybe speed it up if you feel comfortable. There you go, and bring it down. Good, step back off of the board. Hold on to the handles, last minute. Now we're just gonna run just in here, nice small steps. Listen to my feet. Hardly any sound because my toes are barely coming off the floor and then coming back down again. So my toe, as soon as my toe leaves the ground, it's coming back down and everything is smooth. Everything is just smooth and flowing in here. There you go, we've got 30 seconds left to go. We're getting that cardio heart rate going today. All I'm doing really is just bending my knees forward until my feet begin to leave the ground and I put them back down again, nice and soft. Good, this heart rate is great. For those of you that want to, take one hand off, change hands as you go, or take both hands off, knowing the poles are there to catch if you begin to feel unstable. Here we go, 5 seconds left, less than 5. And good, come and stop down. Woo, great exercise, great run. Okay, we're gonna move on, but before we do, get a quick drink of water. This is really our last exercise coming up now. We're going back, Terry, to work on getting off of the ground. So the first thing I want you to do, and I'm gonna turn the board slightly sideways just to demonstrate, just take your right foot, let me move this back here a little bit, take your right foot behind and then bend your knees and stand back up again and then change feet. Left foot goes straight behind, bend both knees and push. And what we're doing in here is you want to feel a lot of your weight on your front leg, but also push off your back foot. Keep some weight on the back foot as well. If you notice, I'm not leaning back, I'm leaning forward, but my knee is not going ahead. I'm not doing this going forward. I'm putting weight on both feet and just bending slightly into here. There you go. And just back, just into here, building that strength. I'm going to turn the board forward again so that you can see the exercises we're going to go. Right foot's going to go back, I bend. Left leg back, and again, keeping weight on both legs. My body leans over my front leg, but I keep weight, I push on that back leg as well. There you go, good. Last one. Good. And just come to the center. I've still got this itchy nose going on. Oh. Okay, next thing we're gonna do. Take your left leg back. All I want you to do now is slide your hands down as you bend a little deeper. Your back leg is not touching, and push back up again. You can bring your hands back up as you push. So my left leg goes back, I slide, I hold on, I push back up. So all I'm doing now is going a little deeper. To here, let your upper body hold. Now push with both feet and pull with both arms and bring your feet together. Left leg goes back, I go to here, I lower, I push and come back up again. I take my right leg back. If you begin to lean, it's okay, because the board, just push yourself back up again. Always look safety first. And go down and pull those arms, but make sure you're pushing off of both feet. Left leg back, last one. Slide the hands down. I'm here now. Pull with the arms and push with both legs and come back up again. Excellent. That's an exercise that's great. It's the foundation of being able to get the last third back up again. The last third back up. You've got to make sure that both legs are working together. Your arms are working at the same time. And I'm going to show you how you can do it without having anything to hold on to. I know some of you have struggled with this and done great with the poles. We've got to keep building. Remember, good is the enemy of great. This is good. I want you to become great. You're the leaders for others that have fear, because you're going to get rid of fear because you know you can do it. Okay, here we go. Take the right leg back, slide your hands down, slide down until your knee touches the ground. Now take a breath. You'll still feel your left toe is on the ground. Now push your head forward and up and pull with those arms and push. Back up again and bring your feet together. So here we go. Take the left leg back. Slide your hands down, knee touches the ground. Now push with the back left foot, push with the front right foot, and pull with your arms and push diagonally forward. Go. Push all together, push. And you're back up and bring. And it needs to be a concerted. You can't go one foot then the other, then your hands. Everything connects together and you pull back up. Let's go again. Right leg goes back, slide those hands down. You're here. Again. Grab with the hands, push with both feet, and together, go. Pull and push yourself back up. Come back in, good. You want to try and keep the board centered if you can, so you're pulling with both arms. Left leg goes back. We go into here. The leg touches the ground, the knee touches the ground. Now, push and pull with the arms, push with the legs together. 3, diagonally forward, push yourself up, push. And you're back up. Very good. Now, I'm going to demonstrate one. You can do this with me if you want, or you can keep on the poles, or you can just watch, because this is the next progression. You can take your right leg back, slide down till your back knee touches the ground. Now, take your hands and place them on your knee. So the same as you were pulling on the poles, you're now going to push down with your hand on the knee, but you've got to push with both feet at the same time as well. Now, if you begin to feel unsteady, put your hands on the poles. So I could do this. Oh, I want to grab the poles and I can go. Are you ready? Both hands. Push with your hands and push diagonally forward. And go. Push. And you're back up. If you need to grab the poles, grab the poles. Let's put the left leg back. Slide down. Knees on the ground. Both hands go on your knee. My right knee. Both are here. And I put, if it's the right knee, I put my right hand on the right knee, left hand on top of my right hand. Now push with both feet and your arms. push, and you're back up again. We're not gonna do any more today. I can feel I'm sweating, it's hard work. Remember, practice this when you feel comfortable. How does this translate into real life? So imagine you don't have the poles with you, but there's a sidewalk or there's your sofa. All you have to do is put your arms on the sofa and then push with those legs. And as you push up, your hands will go onto there. Let me give you a little example. I can move this out of the way for a little bit. This, it's a little high, but it could take the place. So if I'm on the ground and I've got to here, I've got my hands, I can put my forearms, even if you've broken your wrists, it's painful, but you can push with your arms when you push with your feet and get back up again. Or I can put my hands on here and push with my hands and bring myself back up again. A sofa is a great way to do it as well. It could be a side table. So I want you to think, we're building a system here that is to help, and because you're so smart, you'll figure out as we continue to develop this, you'll figure out the best way by looking around, where would I get to get up? This is the worst case scenario. All right, that is the end of this workout. We want to cool down now. So go back to just pushing on your toes on your right foot, left foot, left foot. I'm just taking my knee forward. Just think of that knee going forward. Your heel will come off of the ground, but keep your toe on the ground. We're getting that suppleness into those toes and feet again. There you go, good. Good, come and stand still. Just bend your knees. I want a little bounce in those knees. Just a little bounce. Now feel the pressure point on the floor. Feel how strong your feet feel on the floor. There you go, good. Now what I want you to do is just side to side, bringing that heart rate down. I'm sweating today. Today's a little bit cooler in California, or certainly where I am at, but there's a lot of humidity in the air and it's completely overcast. I think we're gonna have some rain, maybe some showers coming in, which would be great for the fires. Hopefully it will help the firemen out who are doing a fantastic job trying to save the homes and people's lives. Good, and animals as well. I'm a huge animal lover. Good, shake those legs out. Good, what I want you to do, put your feet slightly wide apart, put your hands on your side. What I want you to do is just lean to the side and touch the outside of your knee. We're gonna start working a little bit here in strengthening the core with the side to side bend. Now, if you have vertigo, you don't want to be moving, keep your head centered and just a small little, you might just go just a little bit here, but I want you to tighten up your sides. So I'm squeezing my ab muscles and here, and if you do have vertigo and it's too much for you to do, just stop and stand still and roll those shoulders. There, good. We're almost done on the side to side movement. There you go, good. And come and stand still. Now, roll those shoulders back. Feel those back muscles. It should feel really light. Squeeze the back, relax. Squeeze the back, relax. Squeeze the back, relax. The back, we want to work on that posture. There you go, good. Now take your arm above your head and just lean to the side. Come back to the center, take your left arm up, lean to the side, feel that hand slide down to your knee. Come back to the center, right leg up, slide your hand to the side, bring it back, take left arm up, slide your right arm to the side of your knee, and come back up again. Very good, good. Next exercise, push the board to the right. Take the ball of your foot, put it on the edge of the board, and just push forward. Feel that stretch on the calf muscle. Your right knee is bent, just so you know. So my heel is on the ground, my ball of my foot is on the back edge of the board, and I'm just pushing onto it. Good, change sides. Again, ball of the foot goes on the top of the board, heel goes down, and just push in. There you go, you can hear that little click going off. That means we've been going 55 minutes. That's 55 minutes, including the talk at the beginning. There you go, good. Let's go back to the left leg. Right leg, one more time. Just push across into there. Feel that stretch, heel on the ground, ball of the foot on the board. Right knee is bent. Most of the weight is on the right leg, and come back to the other side. There you go. Bend the left knee. Oh, it feels so good. And come back. Let's go into some butt kicks. There you go, good. Just to, again, release off those thigh muscles, lifting the heel up nice behind you. Don't go so high that you feel like you're straining, but enough, and a little bit of that momentum of just the leg flicking up is enough to stretch out those thigh muscles. There you go, good. And last one, take those feet back, legs are straight, to slide down the pole, legs stay straight, feel the stretch down the hamstrings. Oh. I remember, good, and come and stand back up again. We're gonna go one more time. I remember when I was a professional dancer and I used to spend a lot of time stretching and it felt great. I love stretching, but at times it was painful. I learned to do the splits and it was a huge achievement for me coming from soccer. I'm not sure I'll ever be doing the splits again though. All right, and that is the end of the workout for today. Great job. Grab a last drink of water and make sure that you're drinking water through the day. I actually had an experience this week. I actually had a experience Saturday. It was so hot and I got completely dehydrated and I felt horrible. I'd stand up, I felt dizzy when I stood up, I wasn't solid on my feet, I felt really wobbly, and I had to start hydrating. You don't even think about it. When you wake up in the morning and it's super hot, you don't realize, like that's what happened, is, Friday night, it had been so hot here in California, and it was so hot when I was sleeping, I woke up and I didn't hydrate quick enough in the mornings. And, remember, when you're sleeping, you're dehydrating, you've got to add liquid so that your body can fully function. And I had a bad day on Saturday. It was just the reality of what it was. I was able to get a lot done, but I had to really focus on my hydration at this time of the year. It's so critical. That's for everybody. Thanks, Vicky. I said hi to you before. Thank you very much. And remember, good is the evil of great, be great. Linda, it's snowing in Colorado. This is crazy. Is that normal for Colorado? Does it normally snow in September? I love the snow, but I love going to visit it and then being able to leave when I want. I remember growing up back in England and it was freezing. Sometimes we would have snow over there. When it just came down, it was day after day after day. You know, after a while you get a little bit tired of the snow, but I love the snow and I love cold. I'm actually more of a cold person as far as temperature goes than I am heat. I struggle in the heat. In a warm climate or a cold climate, I tend to thrive a little bit better. So it's my challenge always out here in California, but you can't complain either. George, good to see you, George. Thanks for being here. And cheers, I'm sure that was to the drink you have. I hope it's water you have in there, George. Chad, good to see you back as well. I hope today's workout helped. And I love seeing George, Chad. Obviously we've got Kirk. And having the guys join the ladies in the class. It's funny, but in fitness classes and exercise classes, it tends to be dominated by females, ladies, especially if you go to the gym and you see the aerobic workouts and stuff, and the guys tend to be more about the muscles and the lifting, and that's just a generalization that fits the mass population. It's different. So I love seeing the guys here as well, because again, movement, balance, being an athlete coming from sports, as we begin to lose our balance, we realize we used to take it for granted and it was just something that naturally came to us. Now you focus on it again, that athletic ability comes back, so that's great. It's a little early. Snow in Denver can come anytime after Labor Day and before Memorial Day. Well, after Labor Day, I guess what you're saying here, Kirk, is 1 day. So if it had happened yesterday, does that mean your comment was wrong because it was Labor Day? That's my question. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, it seems a little early. Isn't it crazy how the weather right now is just changing? I know California, we broke records, and it's not records that are great to break, but the amount of heat that's coming into here, and it's meant to come back up again. I think today, tomorrow, and Thursday is meant to be, cooling off a little bit, but Thursday it does begin to rise, and Friday is meant to be a crazy day again. Anyway, I'm just babbling on. Thanks so much for being here for the workout today. If you have any comments, questions, if you have things that you'd like me to work on, obviously you saw today we did a lot of stuff that's valuable to everybody. Even if you're good at, stepping sideways over obstacles, it's still good to refresh because we don't come back and do that very often. So everything is valuable. Oh, Kirk, you grew up in Denver. Wasn't there a famous song about Denver? I'm trying to think. There was a Denver. I don't know. I thought there was a famous song. I love Colorado, though. I've been there. I shot a TV show out in Colorado, out in Denver, a couple of years ago, which I loved out there. And the people are so cool. And what I love is nature. Nature governs the atmosphere and the environment there. Not so much the concrete jungle that we live here in Los Angeles, but Denver, and going back in the animals and everything, the wildlife. It's really what brings us back down to, I think, happiness and living and realizing we've got everything we need. We just got to make sure that we value it and celebrate it and recognize the beauty in all the things that are out there. So anyway, want to wish you guys a fantastic week ahead. Don't forget, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Kathy will be doing her first class. Please go and support her. I want her to understand how amazing this group is, because you guys are amazing. And if it's on YouTube later, go and do Kathy's workout. I hope she's better than me, because again, I want to keep bringing value, and better is just a relative term. I hope you get so much out of her classes, because it's not about who's better, it's about who's better, I guess, at helping those that need the help and strengthening those that want to strengthen and improving those that want to improve. So John Denver sings. There you go. Maybe that's where it came from, John Denver. Thanks, Rosa. I guess John must be a city in Denver, correct? But anyway, have a fantastic week. I will see you maybe at class tomorrow, and I'll be back here on Thursday. Remember, Thursday, come with the short bands on, and we'll change them to the longer bands as well. We're doing both band workouts those days. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back on the group. Remember, send messages, anything I can do to help. Bye-bye.